The next up on our agenda, so not only have we nurtured a lot of talent from this wonderful school, we have also shaped brilliant minds who are now accomplishing remarkable things in their professions. So without further ado, I would like to invite school manager Mrs. Davis to introduce our keynote speaker and proud Mac alumnus, Mr. Keevan Gibson. Mr. Keevan Gibson is a versatile professional with a passion for numbers and data analytics. He earned his Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics with a minor in Statistics from Florida State University. Upon completing his studies, Keevan began his professional career as a cargo analyst at this very venue, Port St. Martin. After 5 years in that role, he transitioned to the position of policy advisor within the cabinet of the Ministry of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transportation, and Telecommunication, also known as TIAT. In 2023, Mr. Gibson returned to Port St. Martin as the executive coordinator, where he was responsible for coordinating and supervising daily indicators, producing monthly statistical reports, and providing comprehensive corporate office support. As of the year 2000, 2024, Mr. Keevan has been appointed interim facility manager here at Fort St. Martin, where he continues to bring his analytical expertise and leadership to the organization. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and bring to the podium our keynote speaker for this year's School Leading Exercise 2025, none other than Mr. Keevan Dixon.
Thank you for that introduction, Mrs. Davis. I would like to say good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I think we can do better than that. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Great, great. So good evening to the esteemed teachers and faculty members, honored guests, proud parents, supported families and friends. And most importantly, good evening to you, our graduating class of 2025. Can I get one more round of applause for them? It is a deep honor and personal privilege to stand before you tonight. To be asked to share this moment with you, it is both humbling and meaningful. Not only because of what this ceremony represents for graduates, but also it has offered me a chance to reflect on my own journey, how I made it here. And this journey didn't begin so differently from the ones that you are on right now. Let me begin by being completely honest. I consider myself a young person, but I didn't feel old, truly old, until I realized that I graduated back at 21 years old. Similar to our MC, Michelle Rivard, I graduated in 2004. Yes, I was around one of the shortest in the line. Certainly my height, I was surprised. I was number 2. But I can still remember that day. I remember who I walked with. I remember who was in front of me, who was behind of me. And I'm sure a lot of girls on that can attest to that as well. I even see some familiar faces here. I see Mr. Thomas, for example, he taught me music on the recorder. That's what I have actually. I know to play songs there. I see Mr. Lawson. We have good times. I remember when I go out when he coached us on it. I'm not second, I guess, oh God. But we had good times. And this ambition, I don't want to go on this campaign, I go on and on, I don't want to miss anyone. But time certainly flies. But if there's anything I've learned, it's that time moves forward. The values we carry from high school, those remain timeless. Just a few days ago, actually, I had the opportunity to observe one of the graduation rehearsals. It was a beautiful experience. Not just because I saw students practicing, but because I saw a reflection of something deeper. A tradition of excellence. My school has always prided itself on its quality. It nurtures young minds on upholding standards and instilling values that go beyond the textbooks. That commitment is alive and well today. While observing the rehearsal, something truly memorable had happened. At one point, it was mentioned that the girls were overpowering the boys during the rehearsal. So, it's great to know that we have many great, powerful young women that's coming up and been part of this graduating class. However, the boys were asked to go through it again just by themselves. And when they did it, that moment gave me chills. It reminded me of the poet, Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And hearing those young men stand proud, speak with strength and conviction, reminding me of how powerful we as men can be when we step into our voice. It reminded me to never underestimate the potential of our youth, to never doubt what they can
Thank you,
do when they are
Justus.
challenged, when they are encouraged, and when they are believed in. This evening theme, Never Walk Alone, is more than a poetic phrase.
Doing good.
It is a principle, one that has followed me every chapter of my life. Hence, imagine you often hear people say, I walk alone. But as I reflect on that phrase now, especially as a parent of two, I can tell you without a doubt, it's simply not true. From the moment you are born, you are surrounded by those that love and care for us. You are nurtured, we are guided, and we are uplifted by others. No one arrives at success by themselves. No one grows, no one thrives, or even survives without the investments of others. Your parents, your teachers, your peers, they have all played a part in your story. And above all, there's a deeper companion that walks with us from the very beginning. That's God. Throughout my early days, as a curious student at Max School, to my academic journey at Mr. Martin Academy, and later to my education at Florida State University, to my roles at Port St. Martin, I have learned that path to success is really straight. It's easy, but I have never walked it alone. One of my favorite verses in the Bible is Psalm 23, again mentioned by MC. And in Psalm 23, I have a part that says, yea, do I walk through the shadow of the valley, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. And that verse has been quite an anchor in my life. In seasons of uncertainty, in moments of failure, in crossroads where I don't know where to go, I lean on God, and He has never failed me. I encourage each of you graduates to walk with God. Build a relationship with Him, talk to Him, trust Him, because the world you are growing into will challenge you. It will test you. It will ask you to define who you are. Let your answer be rooted in faith. You never walk alone. Why? Because it takes a village. I can tell you from, again, my experience. A lot of my journey would not have been possible without my mentors, without my family members, friends, and yes, faithful prayer. As mentioned by the school manager, my first job here was a cargo analyst at Port St. Martin. Then I went on to policy advisor of the Ministry of TF, and then I came back as executive coordinator, and now in my current role, interim facility manager. I've always been surrounded by people who believed in me, challenged me, and pushed me towards growth. And so it is especially meaningful for me tonight that this graduation ceremony is being held here at Port St. Martin, an institution I now have managed. Seeing you all step into the next chapter, where I now have lead, is deeply fulfilling, and I believe it's symbolic. It reminds me that our community is interconnected in ways that we often don't realize. Also, in my personal life, this school year has been particularly special, as my son started his educational journey in the early stimulation here at Max School. And this August will be entering in kindergarten. Fortunately, unfortunately, at JAG campus. Yes, so my wife went to campus to JAG and I went to Columbia, but she won that with the gifted hours. I can't wait for moms. But watching him walk into class for the first time, his bag oversized, his eyes wide, filled with some water, filled with questions, such as, Daddy, why do I have to come? I want to go home. But it brought everything full circle. I saw myself in him. I saw wonder, I saw possibility. And as I prepared this speech, I'm going to have a think of you parents. And I want you to also reflect on your journey with your child. Where one day you're helping them with the simple ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s, and the next you're assisting them with more challenging FBs. The journey definitely does not end here. Your child will continue to grow and they will need your support. And to ultimately feel that they are not alone. You didn't help them get this far for them to only get this far. So parents, thank you. Your love, your patience, your perseverance have carried these graduates. They've carried them through the sleepless nights, the early morning routines, the tough homework, and the growing pains. They are who they are because of it. To the teachers and staff here at Max School, thank you for your devotion, for believing in your students, even on the hard days, and for preparing them for not just to pass their exams, but to live purposeful lives. To the Max School leadership, thank you for persevering a culture of excellence. Again, the rehearsal I witnessed and how they executed it here tonight is proof that what you're building here is lasting, it's strong, and it's inspiring. And to the graduates, thank you for that reminder. Thank you for the reminder that strength, confidence, and purpose, it lives within you. You all have to own it, embrace it, be proud of who you are, and be proud of who you're becoming.